What's going on, and welcome back to another less than 5-minute gear review. And in this video we are going to be going over the Tasmanian Tiger Tactical Pouch number 2 radio. This thing's going to cost you roughly around $15 to $20 depending on where you're getting it from. There are some newer versions of this as well. However, when it comes to this guy right here, this thing is really simple and straightforward, easy to manipulate, easy to set up on your kit, and you have a few adjustments to be able to run everything from a small ham radio with just the standard batteries like the Baofongs to the extended battery versions of those, all the way into your law enforcement realm with the Motorola radios, and then even into your military realm with your 152s, 148s, and some of the other radio systems that are out there now. So if you want something that's pretty simple, low profile, streamlined, doesn't cost a lot of money, has a good reputation based off the company overall, I would definitely recommend this guy. I kind of look at this more as like a law enforcement radio pouch just because of how it's set up and configured, but it will work across the board for everything. I've actually seen more guys in law enforcement running one of these versus really anything else, or a variation of this from another company. So with that, diving right into this thing, so all of your adjustments are going to be kind of vertically and then horizontally. So you have a little bit of Velcro adjustment here at the bottom. I really don't mess with this a whole lot because if you start really trying to like shorten the amount of Velcro that's securing to itself, you run the risk of that coming undone and then the radio falling out the bottom. And then when it comes to your horizontal, you do have a horizontal strap here to where you can adjust this depending on the size of the radio and how thick that radio is, or the girth, you could say. And then you have your bungee adjustment. So the bungee adjustment is going to give you the ability to really run your 152 radios like this guy. If you didn't have that extra adjustment in there, I would definitely say that this is going to be 100% more of your law enforcement and ham radio setup. But you can see, as like so, when you have all of this set up, you're going to have clearance for all your buttons. You're not going to have to worry about the pouch bumping up into those, but it does leave everything exposed. So depending on the environment, you may end up hitting these buttons wherever you're working, especially in kind of a forested area, and then it leaves everything on the sides exposed. So compared to some of the other military radio pouches that are out there, yes, this will work for it, but you're definitely leaving everything exposed. You will have to lock your screens and some of the buttons. I know the squelch though on the side, you hit that thing like I've done many times in CQB environments, it goes off and then it's just a pain in the butt trying to get it off, especially if you back mount your radio. I've never had a lot of issues when it comes to turning that off, but I do know guys that they're just like, hey man, can you turn my squelch off, because this thing is just going off in my ears. So with that though, it will work for military radios. I would kind of honestly recommend against it. But for everything else, especially your law enforcement stuff, this thing really comes in clutch. I actually have this going out to another guy to test that's in law enforcement. When it comes to the setup of one of these guys on your kit, because of the way the MOLLE set is set up on the back, this works really well on belts. Kind of pretty good on plate carriers, but if you're throwing this on your cummerbund, it can definitely elevate that radio a lot higher. So it's poking you in the side or in the chest or in the upper portion of your back and all of that. So with that, I do think it's still a really good radio pouch. Pretty simple, straightforward when it comes down to it, especially if you want to belt mount stuff, and that's where I think this comes in great for law enforcement use. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free, leave a comment. We'll answer any questions that you have. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.